I am back from the West Bank. I went to the West Bank. That's where I went. I was a delegate in a group. I was invited. Before this, I had no Palestinian friends, really. I don't think I now have a few, but before this trip, I don't think I had any Palestinian friends. So I have many, many Jewish friends. So I don't have an agenda that would be for any reason pro-Palestine, but I am an American and I am a tax-paying American, and our tax dollars are largely funding, if not fully funding, the Israeli army, the Israeli military. Only one group is in power, and that is the Israelis. They are the ones in power, and they're the ones who are able to exert oppression and human rights abuses against the Palestinians. The Palestinians are not in power. They're not able to turn around and commit the same human rights abuses and the same oppression against the Israelis. And there is no excuse for the human rights abuses that I witnessed over there. There's absolutely no excuse for it. And I struggled with this week because what I saw to me was so terrible. The oppression and the abuse that I saw was so horrible that I couldn't believe one group could do this to another group. It's just something that's like beyond my mind. And it's something specifically beyond my mind when I think about who's doing it, because I think of these, the Jewish people and what they went through. And how could they then turn around and do something that looks very similar to another group of people? The abused has become the abuser. And I can't even express in words what I saw because it's not believable. Honestly, it isn't believable. I didn't believe it until I saw it for myself. They're hindering the business. They're hindering the freedom of movement. The water situation is one of the worst human rights abuses that I witnessed while over there. And I can say that Bernie Sanders has recently come out to condemn the Israeli government, the racist Israeli government, and the treatment of the Palestinian people. And I can tell you firsthand that it is much, much worse than any of us can express to you. It is much, much worse. It is beyond belief that westernized people can do this to another group of people, all under the name of security. They say it's security reasons. Now, I know I am going to be hated on. I know that I'm going to be called an anti-Semite. We have to stand up for what is right and wrong. And when we see something that is wrong, we have to stand up and say it is wrong, regardless of the consequences. And for me, there will be consequences. I live in Los Angeles. I've got a lot of Jewish friends, the entertainment industry, everybody here, in my life, as in my line of work that I was in. And I don't know what's going to happen to this channel or what the repercussions are. I don't even know if Israel will ever let me back in. I don't know what the repercussions are for speaking out. But all I know is when I thought about it and when I tried to make the more neutral videos, I couldn't post them because I knew I wouldn't be able to live with myself. Because ultimately, the truth has to be told. And the truth is what the Israelis are doing to the Palestinian people is absolutely wrong. It is wrong, it is abhorrent, and it is beyond belief, and it needs to stop. The whole experience, all in all, in being there was unreal. I mean, while I was there, I just wasn't processing it. It took me coming home for me to start to really feel very upset and very shocked and disgusted. And I have to say that every American I've met, or any Westerner who has spent any amount of time in the West Bank or in Gaza with the Palestinian people, spending time with Palestinians, sleeping in Palestine, eating with Palestinians, traveling with Palestinians, every single person I know who has done this has walked away disgusted. Every single person. I have yet to meet a person who has not walked away from that experience without absolute disgust for the human rights abuses that are happening against these people. Because what is happening to them is a complete demoralization. They are being ripped of all hope. They are being forced to identify themselves and carry that identification everywhere they go. They're not given water. They're not given cleanliness. They're not given access to each other, to schools, to roads. They've got separate roads in the West Bank. They've got roads that are just for Israelis in the West Bank. Could you imagine they've built roads that are separated by a wall, and it's Israelis on this side and Palestinians on that side, going through the West Bank, which should be Palestine.